Hello there, we're on day 17 of the Rhonda Byrne, the Magic 28-Day Gratitude Challenge. I'm Dr. Sandra Janssen van Rensburg from Love, Live, Laugh, Laughter Wellness and Transpersonal Coaching. Today's exercise focuses on money and specifically the Magic Cheque. Now, when we can get ourselves to a point where we're feeling more gratitude for money than we do fear of having a lack of money, that's where we can start reversing the dynamics and in effect start attracting more money as opposed to more lack. Remember, by the law of attraction, if you focus on lack of money, you only attract more lack. But when you focus on having money, you attract money. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that it's easy to pretend that you have money when your bank balance clearly screams that you don't. But I can tell you that it is possible with a little bit of effort. Before we talk about how to actually do this, I just want to make sure you understand something very important. When you are asking the universe for money, you need to acknowledge that your request has been answered, regardless of the how. The how is not your business. By this I mean that there are different ways that you may attract the money. So if you're in a pinch and I asked you, how do you think the money will come to you? You'd probably say something like winning the lottery, right? But here's the thing. I'm not saying that you won't win the lottery, but I'm also not saying that you will. What I am saying is that the lottery is not the only way. You may get a tax rebate, you may get some unexpected gift. In all honesty, this has happened to me quite a few times already. Other things that could happen is you may get an increase or a bonus. If you're a business owner, maybe you're suddenly getting more clients. Maybe a friend just insists on paying for lunch, or you pick up money in the parking lot. The point here is that no matter how it comes to you, you need to be thankful that the universe has answered your request. Now you're probably thinking, if I need money to pay, let's say, my credit card, how does a free lunch or money being picked up in the parking lot help me? Well, think of it this way. When you note all these little bits of money and you add them up, the total is how much you've saved, and you didn't have to give out from the money you had. So just to make sure you're understanding what I'm trying to say here, let me give you an example. After paying your bond, your car, your water and electricity, school fees, doctor's bills, etc., etc., you realize you only have 2,000 Rand left to get through the month. But you still owe 1,500 on your credit card. So you know you're in the dwang. And while you're still trying to figure out a plan, your friend invites you to lunch. And maybe you're thinking it's another expense, but then you think, well, you can't let her know, so, just go with it and go for the lunch. But when you finish lunch, she insists on paying. By her paying, you've manifested 75 Rand. As you walk out to the car, you notice there's a 50 Rand on the ground, and so you excitedly pick it up. A day or three goes by, and you get a visit from your sister. When she leaves, you notice a note left on the table. Inside, there's a 200 Rand and a note saying, just because I want to. You remember you still need to buy bread and milk. And when you get to the shop, both happen to be on special, and you find yourself saving 7 Rand. Now, when you start keeping track of all these little bits of money, you realize that you have saved a total of 332 Rand in this little story. By now, you're starting to feel really excited, and suddenly you remember you've got a money box that's almost bursting. So you decide today's the day, and you count the money out and discover that you have another 717 Rand and 64 cents. Now you add this to your 332, and how much have you manifested? 1,049 Rand and 64 cents. So in effect, instead of the original 2,000 you had for the month, you now have almost 3,050 Rand. That's enough to pay your credit card and keep it current. And as the saying goes, the rest is history. Now you might be wondering, where does the Magic Cheque fit into all this? Well, let's start by going online and downloading yourself a copy of the Magic Cheque. You can just type that into Google and the images will pop up. Once you've downloaded it, you can print yourself a copy, or as I do, I print a couple of copies at a time, and then I know I've got them when I need them. Then we also need to consider, what do we really want the money for? We need to have a specific, because essentially money is just energy, and we need to direct that energy to a specific place. So earlier we spoke about using it to pay a credit card, but you may want to buy a new pair of shoes, or a birthday gift for your grandma, or maybe even pay for your wedding. This is entirely up to you. Okay, next step is to fill in your name, the amount you want to manifest, and the date. Now, Rhonda suggests using today's date, but for me it works better to set a date in the future. So let's say you need the money to pay your credit card. Use the date on which payment must be made. Something else I want to mention here. It's as easy for the universe to send you a huge amount of money as it is for a small amount. However, most of us don't believe that we can manifest a big amount of money. So just to build your confidence, it might be better to start off with a smaller amount. And as soon as you see the smaller amounts manifesting, that'll boost your faith, and you can go bigger and bigger and bigger. Once you've filled out the check, hold it in your hand and imagine yourself actually buying or paying for whatever it is that you've decided on earlier. And here's the real trick. Feel yourself as happy as you can feel for this experience. The more feeling you can muster, the more potent the process will be. But let the feelings flow naturally. Don't force it. Once you've done this, you could either put the check in your purse, where you would carry a check if anybody else had given it to you, or you can put it up in your pin board. Personally, I have one that I'm working on now, and I have a copy of it in my gratitude journal where I do all these exercises, and then I also have one in my purse where I can see it every time I open my purse for money, and then it reminds me, oh, there's that check as well. I hope you go out and have some fun with this exercise. It's become one of my favorites. And every time I manifest an amount, I write a new check and start again. I will be honest, I haven't won the millions on the lotto yet, but that's only in the physical realm. I believe that in the spiritual realm, it's there. I just need to get myself to a place of faith to accept it. That said, I just want to remind you, if you haven't already done it, that you do your 10 blessings for today. Remember, gratitude is always key, and there is so much to be grateful for. Beyond that, also remember to do your magic rock exercise tonight before you go to sleep. Maybe you can even visualize yourself getting that money. And I will see you again tomorrow morning for day 18. Until then, be blessed with love, life, and laughter.